My name is Marilyn North Pagan from the Piikani First Nations. My Indian name is Ninaki, which, if you ask the Siksika, means leader woman. I still hear people saying that the residential school era was ancient times. Today, we have just as many children within the child welfare system that we did at the height of the residential school era. My father and his siblings were removed when they were all, infants. In the 60s scoop, I think there was like 13. Not even half of them are alive today, including my father. So, I never had the opportunity to get to know who my father was. I lost that complete connection, what the trauma did to my dad. And that's where we need to start educating, our allies and explaining to people that this is still alive.
My name is Marilyn North Pagan.
We've gathered here today to remember those we've lost and those who have survived the 60s scoop and its enduring legacy of pain and trauma and loss. We gather here to acknowledge the role the government has played in our pain and the 60s scoop apology, which was given by the Alberta government in 2018.
I rise today in the spirit of truth and reconciliation. The 60s scoop is the colloquial name for the government practices perpetuated in Alberta and across Canada from the 1950s to the 1980s. Indigenous children were taken from their birth families, from their communities, put in non-Indigenous homes without meaningful steps, in some cases without any steps at all, to preserve their culture, their identity, and most importantly, their relationship with their family.
For me, it was more than just, having this walk. And it wasn't just for, the Indigenous community to come out and heal. It was about the entire Mohkinsis community coming out and to support and to show everybody we're resilient people and we can continue practicing these resilient ways until things eventually change.
Welcome to our Indigenous showcase of reconciliation.
My name is Wendy English. I'm from Piikani Nation. When I heard about this event, I said, it would be such an awesome place to have it in Fort Macleod, just bring in unity.
And it's a real honor to be honoring our Indigenous talent through dance, through music, through arts, through crafts. We'll do our grand entry, we'll get on with the show, and hopefully more people will come. On with the show! We're gonna rock Fort Macleod!
I was raised up in Fort Macleod, and that's where I dealt with a lot of my racism. Bringing the non-Indigenous people to come and focus on the resilience of our Indigenous people.
That old truck's been good to me. This old guitar is a part of me.
There's so many of our Indigenous people that have overcome so many things in their life. And then I thought to make it more positive and more happier is to bring Indigenous talent through music, dance, crafts. The people that I picked were the ones that I really thought have gone through a lot, how much they've accomplished and how much they helped the community in return.
There is nothing I could hide from you. You see me better than I can. Thank you.
We had to do this, and we had to incorporate this in a way where we brought our knowledge keepers in, the community, the youth, to show that we are here to heal, especially in downtown Calgary, where, you have the police service who are walking in solidarity with us, whereas, not even a few years back, they would have been there policing us. One of the issues that we had, especially a couple of years ago, was the Black Lives Matters with the death of George Floyd. And that was a call to everybody across North America to start analyzing, their policing systems and how their police are related to the community. They used very powerful language, and that it was very strong and very direct and to the point. I'm involved in Calgary Police Service and the Calgary Police Commission. A couple of years ago, we did the commission's engagement with the community. And I have been asked on multiple occasions, why is it that my Indigenous community hasn't been engaged to the satisfaction we need it to be? It goes into trust. It goes into seeing systems of power. My Indigenous community, they still see it as a part of that system. Do you think they're gonna wanna come and engage with a system that's been racist to them? So we're gonna have to start finding solutions to even those frontline engagements with the community, because a lot of people don't wanna do it.
We come from such a strong background. Every one of us face challenges in this audience. And every one of us have the ability to get through those challenges in a way that makes us better human beings. So I think back to having violence around me, all of these things that were really difficult for me when I was a little girl. I can remember crying and just being like, why was I born? My mom and dad don't know how to take care of me. And I wanted to die, but there was something really important waiting. And that was to be a storyteller. And it's changed my whole life. So, in saying all of that, give me a sec. Dance, cuckoo. Give me this microphone. Wow. Gee, it's good to see all you good peoples out there. I remember the first time I saw my husband. Oh, gee, we were at a powwow. I was just a young, beautiful woman. There he was on the other side of the arbor, just real looking at me real hard. You know that when they look at you like they just want you. He looks over at me and he whispers in my ear, he says, nice cheekbones. So I looked right back at him. I said, thank you very much. Wow, next thing we were married. How's everybody doing out there? Oh, Jake. So many of you out there. This is such a good time. This is resilience right here, huh? My. You know, I hear lots about this reconciliation thing, huh? You know what I think? I think we as Indigenous people, we don't need to reconcile. We didn't do anything wrong. It's not our thing. It's up to them to reconcile with us. My goodness, and they need to hear the truth too. Wow. One single white guy here. Be careful. I'm not trying to be hard on you, honey. I'm just saying. Watch your back. Just kidding, I'm kidding. My goodness.
I guess, to be honest, like having it in Fort McLeod, I did see at first, at the beginning, I seen a few people that came in that I knew they're not Indigenous, but they didn't stay long. You know, I seen them walking back out, you know, and that, you know, for them to witness the whole show in a free event, in a free feast, you know, I thought that was kind of disrespectful. Like I even gave a personal invitation to the mayor and the police chief, and I was sad that none of them came.
Because you can't say no to people.
Michelle really explained it well. Indigenous people, we have nothing to reconcile about, you know, and it's so true. What are we going to reconcile about? It's the others, the non-natives, are the ones who be reconciling. I guess that's going to take a long, long time before reconciliation really happens, and it's just the mindset of the people, you know, if they want to change or not.
When we're tackling things like systemic racism, we have to educate people at the front line. Especially if we're standing in a line at a restaurant or at Timmy's, making ourselves more aware of what's going on in our surroundings. If you see someone of color getting mistreated in line, call that out. Make yourself aware of what's going on and call that out. Systemic racism, it can seem like a very large picture, but it comes down to, you know, the individual. It's almost like a wave. When people have to catch that wave and things open, you have to use those opportunities. You have to jump on top of them before those doors close. And I'm not saying that the systems are ready for this kind of change, because I can guarantee you they don't even know what to do.
To you, the survivors of the 60s scoop, to your children, to your parents, to the rest of your families, and to your communities. From me, as Premier of Alberta, from all of us here, as the elected representatives of the people of Alberta, and on behalf of the government of Alberta, we are sorry. For the loss of families, of stability, of love, we are sorry. For the loss of identity, of language and culture, we are sorry. For the loneliness, the anger, the confusion, and the frustration, we are sorry. For the government practice that left you, Indigenous people, estranged from your families and your communities and your history, we are sorry. For this trauma, this pain, this suffering, alienation, and sadness, we are sorry. To all of you, I am sorry.